Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your reading today. And I need to say something before we even begin because Spirit was already pressing on me before I sat down with your energy, before I even had a chance to settle into this space. Pressing with the specific, urgent, I cannot wait quality of something that needs to be heard right now. Today, not tomorrow, not whenever you get around to it. Now, not every message that comes through today will apply to every single person watching. Please, as always, take what resonates, take what speaks to your soul and your particular situation, and release the rest with love. But for those of you this is meant for, and something tells me a significant number of you watching right now are exactly the people Spirit is reaching for today, please stay with me. Please listen carefully, because what is coming through is something major, and I mean that word with its full weight. Major. Please, what do we need to know today? What is Spirit sharing with this collective? Oh, oh, wow. Okay. Okay, I need a moment with this because what just came through is it is big. It is genuinely, significantly, this is not an ordinary reading big. Something is about to happen in your life, not gradually, not in the slow, incremental, barely perceptible way that most change moves through a life. Suddenly, with the specific, concentrated, completely out of nowhere quality of something that arrives before the rational mind has had any opportunity to prepare for it. The kind of thing that divides your life into before and after. The kind that makes you look back weeks or months from now and say that was it. That was the moment everything shifted. And Spirit is saying today it is close, closer than you think, closer than the current texture of your ordinary days would give you any reason to believe. Soft sigh. Let's see what else is coming in. Please, what does Spirit need this collective to understand about what is approaching? Oh, yes. Yes, 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 because this is the part I want to speak about directly. The nature of it, because major can mean many things, and Spirit is being very specific about the quality of what is forming in your energy right now. This is not the major of disruption, not the major of something being taken or removed or upended in a way that leaves damage behind. This is the major of arrival, of something that has been forming in the invisible world building, assembling, gathering its pieces with a patience and a precision that the visible world gave you no indication of finally, completely breaking through into the reality you can actually see and touch and live inside. And for many of you watching today, oh my goodness, what is breaking through has been in formation for a very long time. Longer than feels fair, if I am being honest. Longer than the waiting should have required. Because some of you have been patient in a way that deserves to be acknowledged genuinely, bone deep. I have been holding this hope for so long, it has become part of my posture patient. And what is approaching may be, at least in part, the answer to that patience. Let's see what else Spirit is sharing. Please, what else do we need to hear? Oh, I love this. I love this because what is coming through now speaks to something I feel so strongly for this collective, which is the specific quality of unpreparedness that tends to accompany the most significant arrivals, right? Because here's what I know about truly major things: they almost never arrive in the form we were expecting. They almost never come through the door we were watching. They tend to arrive sideways, through the conversation we almost did not have, through the moment we almost skipped, through the direction we had quietly stopped monitoring because nothing had come from that direction in long enough that we had redirected our attention elsewhere. And Spirit is saying today, pay attention to everything, not with the anxious, hypervigilant energy of someone who is afraid of missing something, with the calm, open, fully present energy of someone who has decided to be awake to their own life in a way that makes them available to what is coming rather than braced against it. Uh, because what is coming requires a specific quality of openness to be received fully. And I want to speak about that, about the openness, because for some of you, it may be the most important thing in this reading today. More important even than the what of what is approaching, because the what is coming regardless. Spirit confirms it with everything that is coming through today. But the how of receiving it, the quality of presence and openness and genuine willingness to let something major land in your life without immediately managing it into something smaller and therefore safer, that is entirely in your hands. And some of you, and you know who you are, have become so accustomed to managing good things into smaller sizes that the arrival of something genuinely major may produce, in the first moments, more disorientation than joy, may produce the specific counterintuitive discomfort of something exceeding the ceiling of what you had allowed yourself to believe was available to you. Let's see what else is coming in for this reading. Please, what does Spirit need us to hear about the nature of this major event? Oh, wow. Okay. This is coming through in multiple dimensions simultaneously, and I want to honor each one because Spirit is being very specific about the fact that what is approaching touches more than one area of life. This is not a single lane arrival. This is the kind of major that has ripple effects that lands in one place and sends movement through everything connected to it. For some of you, the major thing is relational. A person or the energy of a connection that is about to shift in a way that changes the entire quality of your daily experience of being loved and being known. A declaration, a decision, an action taken by someone who has been building toward it in the private interior of their own readiness and who has finally arrived at the place where the building is complete and the action is possible. And when that action lands in your life, when this person does or says the thing they have been preparing, it is going to feel in this specific and breathtaking way of something genuinely significant, like the ground shifting beneath your feet, not in the frightening way, in the this is what I have been waiting for way. Soft sigh. For others, the major thing is material. a shift in circumstances, in resources, in the practical landscape of how your daily life is organized and what it contains. Something that arrives and immediately changes the equation in a way that the previous arrangement made it impossible to predict. An opportunity, a development, the specific and concrete arrival of something that moves the material reality of your life from one place to another, not gradually, not incrementally, all at once. And Spirit is saying, receive it. Without the immediate audit, without the reflexive checking for the catch, without the protective skepticism of someone who has learned that good things tend to be followed by the revelation of their hidden costs. Receive it with open hands and an open heart, and the genuine, unguarded willingness to let something good actually land, rather than processing it into something manageable before it has had the chance to be what it is. Let's see what else is coming through. Please, what else does Spirit want this collective to know today? Oh, yes. Oh, this is so important, and I am so glad Spirit is bringing it through, because this is the piece that I think so many of you need to hear today. Not just that something major is coming, but why it is coming now. Why this specific moment? Why not earlier? Why not in one of the previous seasons when you were perhaps more desperately hoping for it? And what Spirit is sharing is something that may initially feel like cold comfort, but that I believe if you sit with it, will reveal itself as the most genuinely reassuring thing in this entire reading. The timing is not random. The timing is responsive. Responsive to where you are now versus where you were then, to what you are capable of receiving now that you were not capable of receiving in the previous seasons, to the specific and significant ways you have changed quietly, without announcement, without anyone handing you a certificate for the changing through everything the difficult period required of you. You are not the same person who entered this waiting. You are more grounded, more clear, more genuinely ready for something significant than the version of yourself who first started hoping for it. And the universe, in its specific and sometimes maddening way of delivering things at the exact right moment rather than the convenient one, has been waiting for this version of you. The version that will not fumble what is coming because they are not yet solid enough to hold it. The version that will not self-sabotage in the first moments of something good because the good feels unfamiliar and unfamiliar feels unsafe. The version that is grounded enough, clear enough, genuinely ready enough to let something major arrive and stay. Not just pass through, stay. That version is you right now, in this season, and that is why the timing is now. Let's see what else Spirit is sharing. Please, what do we need to hear about how to prepare for what is coming? Oh, I love this. I love this so much because what is coming through now is so practical, so specific, and it is the kind of thing that Spirit does not always bring through this clearly. So I want to honor it and say it directly. Clear space. That is what Spirit is saying. Not metaphorically, although metaphorically too, but literally in the actual physical this is where you live space of your daily life. Clear what is cluttered. Release what has been taking up room that does not belong to it anymore. Finish what has been left unfinished, not because you have to be perfectly organized for good things to arrive, but because the specific quality of readiness that comes from a cleared space physically, mentally, emotionally, is exactly the quality that allows major things to land rather than glance off the surface of a life that is too full of the wrong things to accommodate the right ones. Soft sigh. Clear the old conversations that have been sitting unresolved. Clear the relationships that have been draining more than they return. Clear the version of the story you have been telling yourself about what is possible for your life, the small version, the version shaped by the difficult seasons, and make room for a version that actually matches where you are now and what you have become. Because what is coming needs room, real room, not the cramped, already full, everything is taken space of a life that has not yet made peace with releasing what no longer fits. The open, cleared, genuinely available space of someone who has done the releasing and is standing in the openness of it, ready, present, arms uncrossed. Let's see what else is coming in. Please, what final message does Spirit have for this collective today? Oh, yes. Oh, absolutely, yes, because this is the closing energy of this reading, and it is coming through with such warmth and such, I want to say, affection, because that is what I feel. Spirit's affection for the people receiving this today. The specific, particular, you have been through enough quality of something that wants you to know it is time. Not someday, not eventually, not when the circumstances are perfect and the timing is ideal and everything has aligned into the kind of obvious green light that makes moving forward feel completely safe and completely certain. Now, in this imperfect, still uncertain, not everything resolved yet season, it is time, oh, for the major thing to arrive, for the shift to happen, for the before and after moment to find you in the middle of your ordinary life and rearrange everything around it with the specific and breathtaking force of something whose time has genuinely, finally, irrevocably come. You have been patient. You have been faithful to the hope, to the knowing, to the quiet and stubborn and sometimes exhausting belief that something significant was forming, even when the visible world gave you nothing to confirm it. That faithfulness has not been wasted. Spirit confirms today it has not been wasted. It has been the specific and necessary condition of everything that is now approaching. Get ready, not with bracing, with openness, not with the armor of someone who has been disappointed before, with the grounded, clear eyed, completely yourself readiness of someone who knows their worth and is prepared to let something major find them in that knowing. Because it is coming. Spirit confirms it today with everything that came through. Major, real, arriving sooner than the ordinary texture of your days would suggest. moving through the invisible channels of everything that has been assembling in your direction and breaking through into your visible life with a completeness and a force that is going to make every moment of the waiting make sense. Soft sigh. Stay awake. Stay open and trust with everything you have that what is coming is worthy of the person you have become in the waiting for it. This is your reading for today, everyone. What an extraordinary energy to sit with today. I am genuinely moved by what Spirit brought through for this collective. For those of you who felt something shift while listening, for those of you who felt that specific quality of recognition that belongs to something you were meant to hear, trust that completely. It is real. If this reading found you today, if something here named what is approaching and gave you solid ground to stand on as it arrives, please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe. Your presence here matters more than you know. Blessings of readiness, of openness, and of the specific and extraordinary joy of something major arriving exactly when it was always meant to every single one of you watching today. Have a beautiful day, everyone, and get ready because something significant is on its way to you. Bye.